What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more punk rock, and we're back with a band that goes pretty far back for me that I have not reacted to yet, and is connected to Rise Against. That is to say, we're going to listen to a tune by 88 Fingers Louie, a Chicago area punk band from the 90s, started early 90s. By the end of the 90s, they had broken up. They did reform in the mid to late 2000s, or the aughties, if you will. And I think they still, I know they did not only a couple albums after coming back, I think they may still occasionally play shows, but bottom line, they did originally break up. The singer, Dennis Buckley, went off to do other things, and then two of the members, Dan, Mr. Precision, Wisniewski? I forget his surname, I do apologize, and Joe Principe, who were two guys in the band of 88 Fingers Louie. They went on and joined Tim McIlwrath, is that his name? From Rise Against. Let me just make sure I'm getting these names right. But yeah, like I said, 88 Fingers Louie were originally from the Chicago area, I want to say, yeah. And so, let me make sure. Wiklinski, I think, is Dan Mr. Precision's surname. And then, yeah, like I said, Joe Principe was also a member. They have, in fact, reformed a few times. Like I said, 2009 to 2010, and then they came back in 2013, and they have continued into the present. Now, Mr. Precision and Dennis Buckley are both back in the band, but yeah, Joe Principe is not. But like I said, they both had gone to Rise Against, and Joe Principe is still in Rise Against. Let me see. I don't think Mr. Precision is anymore. Yeah, I don't think he is. Nevertheless, like I said, they have a connection to Rise Against. Oh, and apparently Buckley went on to sing for bands Explode and Makeup, both of whom do like a melodic hardcore style. I was not aware of that. Nevertheless, this is where it all started. This is their album, or this is from their album, Behind Bars, 1995. We're going to listen to the first tune on the album, Pent Up. This is the correct CD. This is the Behind Bars album. However, I don't have the case anymore, so this is in a case for a different 88 Fingers Louie release, which was a split with Kid Dynamite, and I don't have the disc to that one anymore. So I have the disc but not the case for Behind Bars, and the case but not the disc for their split with Kid Dynamite. Bizarre. Nevertheless, like I said, this is Pent Up from their 1995 album, Behind Bars. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention, lyrically. Again, their songs are not like political like a lot of other bands that I listen to, punk bands from either the 80s or the 90s. They tend to be more about like, psychology and like social concerns or considerations. And again, they're about like emotions more. This song, as far as I can tell, is just feeling like a disconnect. Like, you don't want to go out, you don't want to see other people because you basically don't care. You just feel like the world is this like gray, like plastic existence. And so, the narrator sort of stays home and you can't even drag him outside because what's the point in going outside anyway? He's just pent up in the house, just, feeling so disconnected from everything. So that's where the song is lyrically. Here we go. Although, again, let me know if you have a different opinion, especially with lyrics that are more like emotion-based. I think they tend to be more interpretational. So let me know if you do know this album and this song and you have a different take on that. But here we go. 88 Fingers Louie, Pent Up. They have really good, like, instrumental sections in their songs. Afraid to go to sleep. I lock myself inside my room. Well, maybe I am. I don't give a damn. Disillusionment, I think the song speaks to. A disconnect, but also disillusionment. Again, the disconnect though. I want to cry, but no one's listening. Like, no one cares. The same. All his emotions have just merged into like one gray emotion. Yeah, it's good. I like the way he comes in. His voice comes in like over the top of this all. Pre-measure change. They all start to feel the same. I am remembering now that I'm listening to this, like, I think part of the reason I initially gravitated to them is because they have such good, like, instrumental sections. I really enjoy their work. With the tools. Okay, sorry about that. Cat sitting right now. My parents' cat was trying to get outside the room, but there was a box in the way, and she was maybe going to jump over the box, but she's a really old cat, so I didn't want her to do that, so I had to intervene. Nevertheless, I do apologize. But as I was listening to that song, I was thinking that 88 Fingers Louie, their instrumental sections really kick ass. Like, I do remember that back in the day when I would listen to the album. And, you know, I was thinking in the couple minutes when I was dealing with that and feeding the cat. I think I got the timeline a little wrong. I think it's like they were together until maybe like 97 or 98. I think they broke up for like a year or two, came back together, recorded another album. That's Back on the Streets, which is right here. I think they then broke up again until maybe like, as I said, 09 or 010. 09 or 2010, at which point they came back for a little while. I want to say to like 2013. Let me see if I got this right. Yeah, but I don't think they didn't release an album, but then, yeah, in 2013 they got back together again and have been together ever since, and they released an album on Bird Attack Records in 2017, Thank You for Being a Friend. So yeah, like I said, I'm familiar with their 90s stuff. I actually haven't heard Thank You for Being a Friend, so I am interested. May have to go back and check that out. Nevertheless, as I said, two of the members eventually went on to be in Rise Against, one of which is still in Rise Against, although again, Mr. Precision is now back with 88 Fingers Louie exclusively, I think, or at least he's not currently in Rise Against. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're a fan of these guys, or at least let me know if you like Rise Against or some of the other places that these different musicians have showed up. I do have a very cool live album by them. I don't think you can see it over here. I think it's out of frame, but it's 88 Fingers Louie, 88 Fingers Up Your Ass. It's I think there's some compilation material or some like material that wasn't on their main albums, but the bulk of that release is live material from like a German show or a German tour. Sorry, I remember there's one song where they talk about is it Sven? They're like one of the German roadies. They call him a German vermin roadie. I think it's Sven.
Nevertheless, it's a cool album. So I'll come back for at least one song on that album, at least one on Back on the Streets. Eventually, I'm going to get to Rise Against, but I did want to start with 88 Fingers Louie because for me that was the progression. I started listening to 88 Fingers Louie, and then as far as I knew, they had broken up. Although I didn't know they came out with Back on the Streets until several years after it actually came out, like mid-aughties, if you will. But then because I was aware that two of the guys had gone on to form this new band, I was like, oh, Rise Against? Cool, I'll give it a shot. And so I bought their Unraveling, which again, or The Unraveling, it's off camera, I don't think you can see it. But that was a sort of like key release for me. So yeah, we'll get to Rise Against, but like I said, I did want to start with 88 Fingers Louie. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you have any comments about this band or any others, or any requests that you'd like to see me react to. I do appreciate the people listening and watching sincerely. Have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.